I'm going to show you how I made the conjugation exercise using the Ebeam software. First, you need to open the software. So you go on All Program, then you go on Ebeam Education Suite, then you open Ebeam Scrapbook. Now you need to create 3 pages. So here on the left side you have your first page. Then you're going to add new pages by clicking on this icon. So this is page 2 and this is page 3. On page 2, so you go on page 2 by clicking on the page here on the left side. You decide to write, for example, bravo. So you need to select this tool here by clicking on it. As soon as it is selected, then you can write here whatever you want. So I write bravo here. Then I close this window and I am going to write here. So I can select it again, but it's already selected, so it's useless. But here I'm going to write pour retourner à l'exercice. It means like to go back to the exercise. Then I close this window. I have to select this tool now in order to move what I've done or in order to select it like that. And then when it's selected, then I do a right click here and I put add hyperlink to object. And here I'm going to say that I want to go back to the first page where my exercise will be. So here I select scrapbook page and then I select page 1 and add. So now you have this like earth. It means that here when you will click on this earth, you will automatically go back to your page 1 here. So now I am going to go on page 3 here and I'm going to select again this tool in order to write sorry, try again. In French it will be désolé, essaye encore. Then I close this thing, I close this window, and then I am going to do again at the bottom of the page the same thing I did on page 3, but I can also on page 2, but I can also go back to page 2, click this tool and do a copy by Ctrl C, and then go back on page 3, decided to do a paste, and it will automatically paste this thing here. So now I can create my exercise on page 1. So I go on page 1, I change my tool because I want to write, and I'm going to create my exercise for. So now I'm going to write my sentence. So now I'm going to write my sentence. Je mangeais ma soupe. I close this window and I'm going to add my first answer here. Sorry. Why doesn't it work? Here. Okay. So first answer would be ai mangé. Now I'm going to add my hyperlink. So I select this button, then I go back on my Word, I do right click and I say add hyperlink to object. I go on scrapbook page and this is not a good answer. So I ask it to go on page 3, and I put add. Now I go back on this tool, and I'm going to write my second option, or my second answer, which is going to be the good one. So I select this tool, I can put this here if I want, and then I select again, and then I do a right click, and I say add hyperlink to object. I want to go on my scrapbook page 2 this time, because that's where my good answer is. And then I'm going to write my third option, which is not correct. So again, I click on it. When it's selected, I do a right click, go on add hyperlink to object, and this time I want to go on page 3. And that's it. So now, if you want to test your exercise, you just click on the option, and then it automatically goes on the other page. To go back to your first page, you click on here, and then you can test all of them. See, that's basically what I've done for this exercise.